If we're being honest, most real estate agents fail miserably on social media. I mean, you spend a ton of time on it, but what is it that separates agents that get a ton of business from social and those that are just spinning your wheels and not getting any results or progress whatsoever? I'm going to break it down for you right now so you can start to win on social this year. What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 369 of the Massive Agent Podcast. I am your host, Dustin Brohm, here in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're talking social media today, but not just like how to post pretty videos and get likes and followers. How to get actual business. So we're going to talk about why most real estate agents fail on social media, and usually it takes me like 5 seconds of looking at your profile to find out, like, are you getting business or not? Like, it's pretty obvious to me. And I'm right pretty much all the time. And so I see, like, when I'm looking at those things, like I can just tell if you're getting business or not, because there's certain parts of the formula that are important. And most agents are missing it. You are probably missing these things. And so in the spirit of the clients from social coaching group that I just launched, that is sold out in full, by the way. We'll probably do it again here in a few months, possibly. But in the spirit of that, I want to take some of the principles that we're teaching and help you to better your social media presence so that you can actually get business. You can get actual buyers and sellers and clients and actual closings from social. So we're going to zoom all the way out today. And there's some basic principles, some foundational things that you need to make sure you're nailing, because nothing matters if you don't have the basics right. All right. So here's a concept that I need you to really pay attention to. Most real estate agents are getting little to no business from social because you're only posting what you want people to see. You're posting what you want people to see. Look at my new listing. And then you're lazy with it and you post a freaking graphic, right? Or like a listing flyer on Instagram. Amazing. Absolutely amazing that anyone would think that's a good idea. Yes, you're checking the box that you made a social post, but is it doing anything for you? No, it's hurting you in the algorithm. It's teaching the algorithm that you post shit that nobody ever engages with. That's a problem. Look, I've done this stuff too. So I'm jumping on your toes. It's because of experience, and I've helped thousands of agents figure this out. If you're posting only what you want people to see, no wonder you're not getting any traction. You need to flip that. And instead of posting what you want them to see with your just listeds, your just solds, look at me, look at that, like, hey, I have this thing I want to promote. Let me put it on social. If that's your mental approach, you're doing it wrong. No wonder you're not getting any business. So let's flip that. Instead, the agents that are getting a ton of business from social media, you're posting what they want people to see, right? Rather than you posting what you want people to see, you start posting what those people want to see. What does your ideal audience actually want? What's actually, and not necessarily what they tell you they want. If you know who your audience is and you truly like know who they are as people and what makes them tick, what their strengths and weaknesses are and goals and all that stuff, you know what they need. You know what's going to entertain them. You know what's going to grab their attention. You know what they don't know. You know what their blind spots are. You know that the stuff that they need to know in order to move forward. And so if you just flip that switch in your mind before you come up with a post or a video, and you just think, okay, what do they need to see? What can I teach them? What can I advise them on? What misconception can I clear up? What do they just not know? And like, I need to teach them a thing, or like a news story that just happened, or, what do they want to see? So of course, in order to do that, you have to know who your ideal audience is. And this is where so many agents screw up, is you're just posting to everybody and you haven't really defined who your audience is to begin with. Your social, your progress and success and results on social will really start to flourish, if you will, once you can see who you're speaking to. Once you actually know, like, hey, this group of people right there, that's who I'm speaking to. For example, people in the military, right? Military members who are moving to your market. That's a defined niche. What if it's young families that are growing and they need more space. Maybe it's people who are downsizing because they just became empty nesters. Now they're downsizing. They all have different needs. They all have different pieces of content, different things that are going to get their attention, different things they're interested in. They all need to know different things because they're all trying to do something different. Who the hell are you trying to reach and work with? So define who your ideal audience is first. If you don't know who that is, you're literally just throwing shit against the wall and hope that it sticks. I learned this lesson early on in my career. I learned it the hard way. So my mentor, to his credit, one of the things he taught me was that I need to pick a farm area, that I need to pick a neighborhood or a subdivision and just like focus all my marketing efforts, door knocking, calls, flyers, Facebook ad targeting, you name it, on just that farm area. But no, me in my scarcity brain at the time, I'm like, wait a minute, if marketing to that neighborhood is good and that'll provide me some business, what if I just market to the whole damn city? What if Salt Lake City and all of its suburbs are my farm area? Well, I did that. And you find out pretty quick how diluted your marketing message becomes. A person over here in this suburb might see you once or twice. This person on the other side of the valley in a completely different price point, different type of home, all that, different profession, like totally different people. They might see you a couple more times. It makes it so easy if you just focus on one group of people that you're trying to help. Are those luxury buyers, luxury sellers? Are they doctors, families, single mothers, divorced mothers? Who are you trying to help? Once you know who that is, then you can create for them. And once you can start to create for them, everything changes, because now you're no longer just treating social media like a billboard and just like, look at my numbers, look at my just sold, look at my just listed, blah, blah, blah. And you do it in this lazy bullshit way. You know, you do. If you feel like I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. So luckily you're hearing it, so you can make some changes and some adjustments. Rather than posting all that stuff, the typical realtor stuff, if you know who you're trying to reach and help, you just think, okay, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? And you create for them. Making that switch from posting what you want them to see to posting what they want to see can change your life. The results that will come from just that one mental shift is incredible. And it'll translate into your content. Even if you execute it poorly, it's still going to work a hell of a lot better than what you're doing now. Because if you're doing this pray and spray thing, like, throwing shit at the wall to see if it sticks to anyone and everyone, if you're trying to be everything to everyone, you're nothing to nobody. You're just not. So who are you trying to help? And then create for them. Create content for them. The next step of this is realizing that it's not just about posting real estate stuff all the time. There's two phases of, there's two different camps, rather. There's the people that know you already and the people that don't. The type of content that you put out there to grab people and get the attention of people who don't know you yet is different than the content you should be creating for those who already know you. So you could phrase this another way: non-followers and followers, right? The stuff that you're posting to try to get people, like to get them to notice you and then come into your tent and then see all of your content and follow you, that's different than what you're going to show to the people that are already inside the tent. They already know who you are. They already follow you. And that's where you use your stories. Not just your stories. You can do this in the content itself, but your stories are only seen by those that follow you, right? Yes, I know for you dickheads that want to throw an asterisk out there. Well, actually, your stories can be seen by non-followers. No shit. So you get an extra 3 or 4 views on a local story because you used a geotag. That's fantastic. That's not a strategy. Okay. Your stories are for your followers, the people that already know you. So the content that you put in your stories needs to be more personal stuff. The goal should be to help those people who already follow you, help them to connect with you at a personal human level. So you have to be human. You have to share your likes. your dislikes, highlight your personality, share jokes, show what's going on with your family, or, you just started your kids in jujitsu, or, stuff like that. Because then others who like the same sports team you do, or dislike the same sports team you do, or their kids are in jujitsu as well, now there's a connection point that has nothing to do with business. But they're like, oh yeah, like cool, his kids are in jujitsu, so are mine. And that's what they remember. You've all followed somebody that, um, I mean, I've seen this happen with me. Like I'll go somewhere and someone will be like, "Oh, did you finally get rid of those gophers?" And I'm like, it takes me a second. I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, months ago I had gophers who were just tearing up my backyard." And I posted about it a few times. People don't remember necessarily the reel that I did, but they, about some business concept, but they sure as hell remember that I had a gopher problem. And a lot of people offered advice and tips on how to deal with it and all this stuff. But that's what people remember, is the personal shit. So don't forget that on social media, people are going to be social. The people that you're trying to reach, when you're posting stuff, just remember, they're not seeking out the information that you're putting out there. They're showing up on social to be entertained, to find out something interesting, to learn something new, right? They're looking for interesting on social media. And if you can learn how to provide interesting and get attention with what you're offering, and then teach them something that's going to benefit them, that they are interested in, you're going to do very, very well. So post what they want to see, right? Create for your ideal audience. And then make sure that you're putting out enough stuff, behind the scenes, personal, human stuff, to let people connect with you at a human level. Because if they connect with you personally, they'll like you. Some won't, and then they just won't follow you again. Cool. Like I have a lot of people who that's the reaction that a lot of people happen when they follow me. But then I also have enough people who follow me and they're like, I like this guy's personality. I like the way he says shit. I like the way he swears sometimes, and blah, blah. They like the fact that I'm a proud husband and a father and all that. Like, so you have to be okay with repelling some people in order to attract the right people. The goal is not to attract everybody. I don't know about you, but I don't want everyone as my client. There's certain people that I want as my clients. So the easiest way to do that without overthinking it is to just frickin' be yourself. Just let people see who you are as a person, for better, for worse, your personality, your likes, your dislikes, your family life, your travels, your goals, and like all the stuff, your personality and sense of humor. Let people see that shit. They'll decide whether or not you're for them or not. And if you're not, they'll just kind of go away. And the people who are for you and you're for them, they'll stay and become close followers. And that's where relationships are built. And then a year and a half from now, when they get a job transfer and they have to move, who's the first person they remember? You. So the connection's made not about real estate shit, not because you sold 400 homes this year. Nobody's going to remember that. They're just not. But they will remember when your kid, slipped on the ice and dropped. He was carrying groceries, slipped on the ice, fell, and everybody laughed. Like, they'll remember that video. You'll connect over that. I completely made that one up, but you get the point. We all take our eye off the prize when it comes to social. And that's why I'm doing this episode, to remind you to be more of a human being, let people see more of who you are, and understand that your stories are a powerful tool to reach those that already decided to click follow. They already follow you. They're already in your network. They're already in your tent. So now let them see you and create that personal connection. If you can figure those two things out and make those adjustments, like all the other tactics and strategies and hacks and tips for creating posts or topic ideas, it just works itself out. It just works itself out. When your eye is on the prize, you know exactly where you're going, who you're speaking to, what you're doing for them, what they need to know. The rest just happens. So focus on the foundational shit that I just mentioned, and not like this new shiny object of, somebody tell me what to post, or even worse, who can I hire to do my social media for me? Ever said that? I'm a huge proponent of outsourcing and leverage and building a team, right? but you cannot hire out yourself. You cannot hire someone else to be you and to have your personality on social. You can hire someone to do the mechanics. You could hire someone to do the editing of the content. You could actually hire someone to do the actual logistical posting of it, but you tell them what to say, right? You give it, like, here, I typed this, you go post it, or here, edit this video, here's what I want. But you have to still participate in that. You have to be in the content. You can't hire the amount of agents that I see paying some company 50, 60, $100 a month to just post bullshit news stories and articles and graphics on your social. That is so 5 or 6 years ago. That shit worked, I guess, especially on Facebook. That worked years ago. That will kill your account now if you do that shit on any platform, because it's not about showing content to all of your followers. It's a meritocracy. I'll say this last thing before we wrap it up for the week. Social media, the playing field has been leveled, which is incredible. Like, I love this. If you have 120 followers, you have the same opportunity to have your video go viral, or to be seen by a ton of people, or to get a bunch of business from a video. You have the same potential with 120 followers as someone who has 120,000 followers, because it's about the quality of the content and is it reaching the people that it's meant for. The algorithms are so smart. As long as you're clear who something's for, and you type, like you do something in the caption to make it clear, so there's some keywords in the video, you make it clear. The algorithms are smart enough now with all this AI and machine learning stuff. They know who it's for. They're going to show it to the right people. And if it's good, if it grabs attention and it keeps attention and it keeps people engaged and they watch a lot of it and then they comment on it, and then if they share it, that content is going to perform better potentially than the creator that has 120,000 followers that's just putting out the same old shit over and over and over and over and over. It's a meritocracy on social now, which is amazing. You all have an equal shot at growing, right? It's not just about getting followers. It's about growing your influence, growing your brand, and getting freaking business. So if you can make the mental shifts, those foundational mental shifts that I just talked about, posting what they want to see, right? Creating for your audience, and then letting people connect with you personally over time in a genuine, authentic way, you're going to crush. You're going to start getting a ton of business from social. Of course, there's things once you master that you can do to make stuff better, but I don't want you to focus on the perfect video or the perfect script or what. Like, stop it. You've got to master the foundation, because if that stuff's screwed up, nothing else matters. And last thing, something that I noticed while doing profile audits for members of our coaching group, make sure that it's very clear where you work. It's amazing how many agents are basically secret agents. And you go to your Facebook, you go to your Instagram, and you have, just by looking at it, you can't tell what you do for a living, and or you have no idea where you do it. It's amazing to me. So go look at your bio, go look at your profile. If it's not very clear to a non-follower what you do for a living and where you do it and who you serve, then you've got to make some adjustments. Update that. And this is not rocket science, but it takes some thought. It takes some effort. So we'll talk more about this in the future, right? This podcast is all about helping you as an entrepreneurial real estate agent build a business. Part of building a business is having clients to work with to actually do business, right? And that's why we're talking about this. So we'll continue to talk about lead generation and getting business and growing your brand, because it's all part of building a business. It's not the only part, but it's a major part. And so I hope this was helpful today. Before we wrap it up, I got to give a shout out to our partners. Keeping Current Matters. Be the advisor that your clients trust. Okay. Be the advisor your clients trust with Keeping Current Matters. KCM gives you easy to understand market insights. They do all the research for you. They tell you what's happening and what will happen in the future with interest rates, with market trends, with home prices. They give ready to share graphics that are great to put in your stories, or to even do a green screen video to talk about. They give you scripts to keep you looking like a pro. They really help position you as a real estate advisor not just somebody posting shit that you want people to see. Try KCM, try Keeping Current Matters right now for free over at trykcm.com/BAM. And because we love BAM, we love being part of the BAM network. Check out BAMx. Level up your business this year with BAMx courses, trainings, masterminds, a network of ambitious agents ready to push you higher. Join over at nowbam.com. And when you do, save yourself some money by joining that community and use code MASSIVE at checkout. I am a huge fan of BAMx. I think you should be part of it for sure. BAMx, Keeping Current Matters, and then those are tools you need in your tool belt. So go jump on those. And then lastly, stay tuned very, very, very soon. I thought I was going to release it today on this pod, but I'm going to release it very, very soon. We're opening up the next round of our 12-week business accelerator to teach you how to go from being a solo agent step by step, exactly how to build, like with the blueprint, with the step-by-step, holding your hand to building a business that sells a bunch of houses, to give you leverage so that you're not burned out anymore. You're not working 18 hours a day. You're not working all the way through your damn vacations. We'll show you how to build a business through this 12-week/90-day program, whatever you think sounds more attractive. Like as the marketer, I'm like, do I call it the 12-week accelerator or the 90-day or the 3-month? Because it's all the same shit, but like, which one's sexier? Right? I've got to figure this out. So it's the 12-week business accelerator. We're opening that up to get on the waiting list and to be notified and given the first crack at it. And by the way, to get the best price, to get the lowest price possible on it, go to massiveagentsociety.com and join that wait list. And if you are on the list, you're going to be hearing very, very soon that we are opening up registration, at least the pre-registration, with the lowest price possible before the big public launch here in the next couple of weeks. Thank you all for listening. See you guys next week. Fix your shit on social. Post what they want to see. Stop posting what you want people to see, right? Create for your audience. And then make sure that you're allowing people to connect with you personally. Be a human being. Be a human being on social. Magic will happen. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll see you all next week.